What up, ninjas? Gajo here. Got a review for you guys today. Awesome review from the Fall Cybertron line. We have Air Raid, which is basically a complete remold of Shockwave. And it is very remolded indeed. It's basically the same spaceship and robot form, but it does have a lot of differences about them, and as you can tell right off the bat, it's a lot of the molding detail, especially up here. But most of it's pretty much the same. Obviously we have this piece up here, which is a sword, but it kind of blends in there, and then this gun piece, which you'll get into later. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same exact spaceship. Looks really nice. Love that gold and red and silver. It's very nice. Obviously you can take this off the top. There's a little peg up there that it snaps onto. You can clamp this together, and it'll make his sword that you can hold later on. It's pretty sweet. Throw that aside, and then we'll start transforming them, but first we'll just look at the other gun. So when we do that, we'll just unpeg this, and the gun will come undone. There we go. Set them aside. And you can see it's kind of a gun here. You can separate these pieces, and you can have like a separate gun like this, a separate sword piece like this, or you can combine these two together and you can have like one large sword weapon. And also you can combine these two together like that, and split that. That pegs into here, and then he can grab the handle from there, and it becomes this like massive frickin' Buster Sword, Power Ranger Sword of Death. Set that off to the side. Get back to the figure, shall we? So we'll finish his legs off here. All you really do is you just kind of rotate these panels back down, a little peg in the side, and that'll peg into there, kind of giving it the illusion that it's supposed to be there, I suppose. Peg that in there. We'll go up to the torso. These are going to be his arms. Kind of just unfold those like this, and they'll kind of pop out to the side. It's kind of a tight fit, so be careful. Or at least mine is. I'll adjust his arms a little bit here. Okay, so basically it's going to look like that. Now what you do is you kind of move these things. Well, you don't have to, but I move them. You flip that around, shove it down, his head will pop up, and then you can lock his shoulders in, and you just flip his hands out, and he's pretty much done. Flip his wings up, and there you have Air Raid. Very nice. Air Raid in the game, I didn't really get a chance to look at his mold that much, or his character. I'm assuming it's pretty spot on. I did notice that there is a Autobot ship that looks like Shockwave, so I definitely wanted to pick this guy up if I had a chance to see him. Plus his weapon just intrigued me. So you can see he's got this really awesome face, awesome sculpt, Autobot symbol. The chest is very nice. The molding detail is fabulous on this toy. I cannot say anything else other than it's a really nice molding detail. It's a good mold and a good use of the mold. I'm glad that they completely resculpted it and they didn't just paint him red, basically. I wish there was a little bit more paint apps on the rest of the body other than just the torso area, but hey, it's pretty freaking good as it is so far. So what you can do is you can give him this big sword. It's kind of bulky, but it works. Obviously, well, I didn't know it weighted him down that much, so you can give him that huge sword, right? Or you can detach that from that. The sword will peg together. You can give him a regular sword, And now this is where you can kind of, you know, decide what you want to do, because what you can do is you can fold his hand, and then there's that peg, or that little slot there, and then there's a peg there, and that can just peg onto this. And you can give him like two separate swords like that. However, that kind of makes this kind of look strange. It doesn't really matter to me personally, because you can pop this out, and then you can just shove this on here, I think, can't you? Nope. Oh, I thought you could. Well, but what you can do is you can have him hold it like just the separate blade, or you can just give him like the separate gun like this. Like that, and he can have like a sword and just a gun. I mean, possibilities are freaking endless. That's why I like this robot so much, because it has like one of those weapons that it does more than just like the mech tech, where it's like it just goes clicky clicky click and that's all it does, where this actually you get kind of like a feature that you normally don't get from just a regular old freaking transformer weapon, or it's just like a gun that's, well, just a gun. Instead you get like these two weapons, and it's very nice. Makes you feel like you actually got your $15 worth when you pick this guy up. So I would totally recommend picking him up. It looks like these Wave 2 figures always come with some fascinating weapon, and I recommend it. I would totally get this guy. He would be an awesome addition to anybody's collection, especially mine, since I'm glad I picked him up when I saw him. So this is Gage saying peace out. Close-ups at the end. More reviews coming, guys. Peace.